Happy Wax Plant Wednesday, everyone. I'm on the floor because like all the other Wax Plant Wednesday videos, I'm gonna show you which Hoyas are in bloom. So there's only one. And it's funny, she just opened this morning. It's a Hoya Hanhiae pink flowers. I know, I said I was gonna get rid of it. I am still, but I just wanted to show you they're so beautiful, guys. And look at this. So beautiful. Yeah, it's gonna be really sad to see it go. But like I said before, you know, this Hoya has probably bloomed for me more than 50 times in the past 2 years from different peduncles. And so it's time. She's beautiful though. So again, grow light right there. She's so big. Again, I need to give another chance for other Hoyas to grow. As you can see, this whole table, it's all full. The Vitellonoides is over here, so I'm gonna get rid of that one as well. And you can see the tequila down there, even though she's right under the grow light, like there's so much shielding. Oh my God, Clemmy, look at this new leaf, everyone. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I don't know if it's hard, it's still kind of soft, but it is so long. I love it. Look at the veining. Oh, it's just so stunning. Look at this. So she just hangs here because she was getting crushed. Like she was unfurling and she was like bending. The leaf was bending on the table, so I moved it to the edge here so it could hang. My cutest porcelaina. I am not getting rid of this. I am not cutting it down. She is a beast. Whoa, we're in the living room. Not gonna lie, it's been 15 minutes and I've just been sneezing. I think it's the Hanhiae. And someone told me that you can't be allergic of flowers that don't pollinate through traditional like pollen, for example, but the fragrance can definitely aggravate allergies if you're sensitive, what did I say? If you're sensitive to strong fragrances. I wonder if it's that, because I literally was touching the flower like this. Look at my hand, everyone. And then I just started sneezing nonstop for 15 minutes. So it's a good thing I'm getting rid of it. Okay, update on my Hoya Coriacea. Oh my God, guys. And then she is pushing out new leaves. So this was this plant over here. The second one, which like I wasn't necessarily hopeful for because she was a younger part of the plant. It was like the top cutting. Had this leaf over here. Look at what she pushed out. I mean, so they're still young, but I'm so happy. Like they're really young. Wow. I am just thrilled. I am so excited for this. It's one of the most beautiful silver Hoyas in my opinion, and I didn't realize how big the leaves are. Like they're big. Like look at my hand. It's like, okay, when I do that, it doesn't seem impressive, but they're big. Now that she's grown so much, I am going to put her in a bigger pot of leca and on those clear trellises. Sorry, I'm still kind of like, I'm like listening to myself talk. It's like all here. We're just upping it to, is this a 6-inch self-watering? This one is a 4.5, I think. I definitely need a bigger reservoir because of this Hoya, and I've only had it since June. This Hoya is so thirsty. It keeps drying out like every week to week and a half. I'm like, oh, you're dry. Like I was checking on this yesterday and I was like, you're dry. So I just put water. Some roots have gone into the reservoir, which is fine. I'm actually curious to see like if they'll be okay sitting in the reservoir, and also might just be because of the heat. We're coming to the end of summer, but I don't think I said this. Going into September, it is still pretty hot in my room just because when the sun gets lower, then when the sun gets lower, oh my God, guys, there's a naked man in the building across from me and he's like waves. I don't know if it's me. Oh my God, so distracted. So I'm just not gonna look out the window. So then I don't even know what I was saying. It's really hot in my room and it's because the sun is lower. So the sun has like a more direct view into the room. Obviously when fall hits, so like end of September, beginning of October, there's less hours of light. So then it shifts back to like a cooler room, but September is actually pretty hot in there. Anyways, the point why I'm explaining that is because all my plants that are in small pots like this, the reservoir is gone in a week. So I have to keep checking. I am using the large size clear acrylic trellis that are from Nursery Tropicals. I still love them. I absolutely love them. I'm gonna try to see if I can put them through the holes down here. So where the wicks are, let's see. I think I've done this before. I have actually, and then I had to secure it with zip ties. I think I'm gonna do that. if it goes in. Okay, yeah. Yay! Look at that. So they'll peek through the bottom. So there's slits on the side. I'm just gonna thread the zip tie through just to secure this more. You can see that this is like bending all over the place. Oop. So you can see she is stable now, which is fantastic. Okay, let's take a look. Look at these roots, everyone. And especially at the bottom here. Look at that. Oh God, I hate when the wick is like entangled. Okay, I just ripped. You can see that the roots were going into the wick. Here she is. I'm so excited. Oh, can you imagine this plant covering the whole trellis? I can't. Okay, let me grab some clips. I'm so excited for this. Okay. So starting with the big one, I might just move this leaf in front like that. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna clip right under. Now these stems, well, this one specifically for this plant here, because it's been around for a while, it's very sturdy, very thick. The one over here, I'm kind of scared to clip it now, but I'm just gonna see like what happens down. Okay, I did it lower in the stem, not quite under, just because I'm scared I'm gonna suffocate it, because that'll happen sometimes. So, okay. Again, I don't have nutrient solution, so I'm just gonna use plain water for now. This is so exciting. Did want to talk about the Hoya Mathilde. I think 2 weeks ago, I propagated a couple, so not much to show because, you know, it's only been, oh my God, I'm spilling. It's only been a couple weeks, but I do want to point out, so last night I felt these and I was like, oh man, the leaves feel wrinkly. Like, for example, just see, this one felt so wrinkly. While I was looking, I was like, oh, it's not even touching the pond. So sometimes you'll find that, again, when you have super short stems, it's like, okay, can you like not float to the top? And that's why I tell y'all in the beginning to familiarize yourself with how your Hoyas feel. So these actually feel okay. It was this planter specifically that I was like, okay, y'all are dehydrated. Okay, good. So I felt this last night and they were very much like that leaf in this planter felt like. And the water level wasn't even that low. Like, I think the water level was maybe like here. But because these stems are so short, some of them weren't touching the water. Yes, the pond stays moist, but not moist enough in my opinion. They need to be wet. So filled up to the top. You can see that she's to the top, filled it to the top last night, and like feeling these again, they feel fantastic. It is normal for them to feel a little bit limp just because they haven't developed those roots. And also sometimes they do have small tiny roots, but it's not enough or fast enough uptake for the leaf to feel hydrated. I would worry if I started to see yellowing. That's a sign that either the stem is rotten. If they're still green at this point, they feel a little hydrated, then I don't worry. These are right under the grow light. It's probably like right here. I just want to share that. I want to show you the new Guinea Ghost though, because girl, just because she's under grow light, she is sun stress the house down. Look at this. So I want to use this as an example also, just because these leaves are not succulent like the Mathilde. So this, I guess this is the best example. Do you see the wrinkling there? So normal to see. Like I said before, it might have a root system, but it hasn't developed a large enough root system that the uptake of water can't, you know, plump up the leaf, I guess. It does still feel firm, but not as firm as others. Like, for example, this one feels so hydrated. I would predict that one has roots already. And this one's, do you see it's a bit floppy? A little bit. Yeah, a lot of these over here. Same thing. I'm not going to check them just because of my experience with these. They'll tend to look dehydrated like this one, and then once they grow enough roots, they'll start to feel more hydrated. But look at this. I do want to I don't think I'm going to repot this plant. I think I'm just going to replace the trellis. So Hoya cinnamomifolia, probably the Hoya that I do not show on this channel ever. But do you see how these leaves, I've seen so many pictures, big specimens of this, up gigantic trellises, and it's just so beautiful. I never gave this one an opportunity to grow that big, so I'm gonna do it. You can see that I put a short wire trellis just because she wasn't like tall enough, but now you can see it's peeking through with these tendrils. I did do the cake dowels, so I'm just gonna take, well, carefully take the wire trellis out, put the clear. I think I might do a large because this one is like gonna get so big. It's gonna get so big. And this is another reason, y'all, why I have to get rid of those big Hoyas, because this one, I never gave the opportunity for it to grow big. Okay, I'm just taking the clips and gonna take the trellis off slowly, hopefully. Oh, please, please, please. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, again, I'm using the large. I guess I'll rotate her so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I still got questions. I guess new viewers don't know about my cake dowel method, but I cut down 2 cake dowels. I put them across from each other. Once I pot up cuttings, specifically Hoyas, when they're just cuttings or propagations, they don't necessarily need a trellis right away. Space is also an issue, so I generally like, when I have propagations, to put the grow light really close, like where my hand is, just so they get highlight conditions. If there's a trellis present, you kind of have to maneuver. So once it grows, I can just quickly, I don't know if y'all can see, the ends and put it in like this. Look at that, just like that. So easy. And so keeping, there we go, you know how she was. I'm just gonna put some clips for support. And actually, let's see if I can just move a few. Probably gonna break something. Okay, I think we're doing it. Yes, okay. So these are still very young leaves. I'm gonna try to be careful. It's weird because these ones are not hardened off, but it pushed out a new one up here. It's weird. Anyhow, we'll do this because it's bending that way. I think this is okay, y'all. Do you think this is okay? Yeah, so you can see that she was getting too tall, that she was like touching the grow lights. That's what these leaves over here are. And so it was time. I'm so excited. I've never had this grow up a trellis this big, and I know the leaves can get this big, which is insane, or bigger. And then the flowers. Okay, so this one, oh gosh, the word purpureofusca. It's the purple flowers, not the yellow ones with a purple center. It's the purple ones. So I'm really excited because y'all know me and how I feel about the purple flowers. It could use a bit more water. I'm just putting some. Moving on to the last of my perlite props. What a journey, and they all did so well. Like, I think out of all the Hoyas, so I'm talking like the 9 different kinds of Hoyas that I chopped all the way down, propagating perlite, I think I only had 5 casualties. Isn't that insane? Like, cuttings that didn't make it or didn't push out new growth. 5 out of probably like 60 to 70 cuttings. I'm gonna start off with the Hoya Nova Ghost. I'm gonna cut it down. Oh, ooh, the second one looks so good. And then the third one, oh my God. Cut them down, put them in a pot. Now I have one in Leca. That one is looking a bit more dusty silver, and I love it, but I'm so curious, because I've said this before, like I don't know what causes like the solid silver like that versus a more dusty situation, and it might just be what happens. So I kind of want to observe, because it's always like mixed. Like you can see she started so super dusty, and then there's some leaves that are like more silver than others. This one seems to be completely dusty, but yeah, let's do that. Cake dowels. Okay, I'll show you the cake dowel method because I know I'm going to put this one up a trellis. So grabbing your planter, grabbing your cake dowel, depending what length, you're just cutting it down so it hits the surface or the same level of the surface of the planter. So I'm going to cut here. Try to be careful when you're doing this because it'll fly everywhere. Okay, that is one there. Second one. Adding your pawn. And then we're gonna hold for 1 second, put it off to the side, then grab your plants. There's gonna be a lot of cuttings, guys. Am I gonna need a second one? Let's just hope for a big and lush plant. Okay. I always prefer cutting off the tip, depending at what stage. Like if it's young or a bit older, like I decide if I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep this one, so we'll see if that survives. A lot of the time, I wanna say it's 50-50, and we're just gonna keep cutting just like this, all the way back. It's funny because all of these vines, like I'm pretty sure it's 8 months of growth, but it's just in perlite. I maybe fed it twice or 3 times in the 8 months with a diluted nutrient solution. She pushed out like so much. Like this is it's crazy. Hoyas are so interesting. Okay, let's take a look at how much this is rooted. Similar to my other cuttings that I had in perlite, they dry out too fast now that I can't keep up. I know people have suggested like poking holes at the bottom, putting it in a bin so then there's a reservoir. Definitely a great tip. I will do that in the future. But since I'm transferring them all out, and again, do your assessment because sometimes there might be squish. They feel good. I don't know if y'all can see, but they're fantastic. Some of the Polynura brogets that I repotted. These ones feel good, even though the perlite was super dry. And you'll know because when you pull on the roots with a little bit of force, they stay. There might be some that come off, which is normal. I'm gonna have to do multiple pots, aren't I? Oh damn! I didn't anticipate this. That it was gonna be. Hey guys, this is the change of plans. I am gonna put it in a bigger one. So let me just do the cake dowel method again. Alrighty, so just putting one of them that has roots already like that and continuing. So let's grab this one. So I'm not going to keep this one. This one, if we're looking at the top cuttings, this is way too young. It might survive. It usually takes a long time, so I'm just gonna cut it off right here. Goodbye. And then I'm gonna keep cutting like I did before. Ooh, these leaves. Are you joking? They're so pretty. Keep cutting. Maybe I might just keep the one that was already in. Like that. Let's see how the roots are. I think it should be similar to the previous one. And yeah, I'm being like pretty aggressive. They're really good, actually. Look at that. They look so good. Okay, and then putting this one off to the side here. Perfect. And then the third one. See, we're kind of at an in-between with these leaves. You can see that it's not horned off like these ones. I don't know, they feel very young. I think I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna throw it out. Goodbye. So, here they are. They're good. They're a little bit more dry than the previous two, but I think it's gonna be okay. Just like doing my pull test, like there were more roots that came off, which kind of told me that like the ends or the branches were pretty dry. Okay, we'll put you number 3 right here. Putting a bit more pon just for the rooted ones, and then we'll move on to the cuttings. Okay. Oh, they look so beautiful. They look so good. Oh my God, you're going right in the middle. What do I say? I usually cut one leaf. I like don't want to. I know it'd probably be beneficial, but okay, I'll cut this one. This one feels really flimsy. It's gonna suck energy because it's gonna have to work on hardening off. So I'm gonna cut that one. I'm a little worried. It's hard because, you know, after I was putting the pond, I was like, oh wait, there's 3 rooted plants. So I can't necessarily put the water level as high as I would normally like if it was just cuttings that didn't have roots. So I'm still gonna keep it high, but obviously I'm not gonna keep it all the way up just because the roots that rooted in perlite will probably rot. So we'll see. Okay, I'm going about halfway up the pot. We'll see if that does anything. I would say the first few days is the most critical. for this. When it comes to the cuttings, just because if the stem just dries out completely and you rehydrate it, then they'll rot. I mean, you saw that with the Chingensis that I showed you last week. But yeah, so we're gonna try our best to wash the water level, and then yeah, I'm just gonna stick it under grow light. These are the remaining Hoya Crassipetiolata splashes. I think I'm going to shove them all into one of these, and it's kind of the same as the New Guinea ghosts. I'm gonna see, like, first of all, what survives. Potentially might gift this planter to someone, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna take all of them out, put them in a planter, and then I'm just gonna hope that everything works out. Look at these roots. They look so good. They feel good too. So that is wonderful. I'll cut that down later. Let's do the next one. Look at the second one. It looks so good. And the roots feel fantastic. Third one. Look at these roots. Looking good. And then the last one. Looking good, guys. Look at that. So good. Okay, let's cut them down. Okay, so this time I'm actually going to separate the rooted ones. So there were 4 in total. All of them have just fantastic root systems. Look at this. I love this so much. I'm just gonna put them in a planter of pon. Oh my god, this looks so cute. Doesn't this look so cute, everyone? Wow, they look so good. This is only one. Okay, so I'm not gonna fill this one high because y'all saw that she had roots already. I'm just gonna fill to the maximum. Okay. And then the propagations. I'm gonna need to put cake towels also. Okay, look at this. Wow. So these are all cuttings. I'm curious to see how they'll grow because I don't think I've propagated straight into pon. It was perlite first and then transferring it to pon. And then of course y'all know that I have one in leca as well. I have too many of these. Right, I'm trying not to tip it, right to the top like the other ones.